of our men in your position have been threatened?
Oh, well, that's life. It's dangerous being alive on the planet Earth.
I don't like that either. I think that's wrong to threaten.
I said it's dangerous being alive on the planet Earth. It's called adversity. Life without adversity is kind of dull. And we've dealt with adversity. Let's go back to Africa, the Serengeti area. Everybody on the planet is descended from somebody that came out of Africa. Everybody.
I didn't.
Now, what happens is that they had adversity in the extreme down on the Serengeti. They call it currently Simba. But the way they dealt with it is 14, 13-year-old boys with a wooden spear, no iron head on it, have to go kill a Simba before they get inducted into manhood. That's how you deal with adversity.
Africans have a white status. You don't. When they get here, you do know that they select white on their race, correct?
They what?
They select white as their race when they get here. And all those Mexicans across the border, guess what? They're going to select white too.
I am privileged to be acquainted with their Royal Highnesses, the heir apparent to the Swaziland and Zulu thrones, and also his brother, who will be the High Prince.
And not the Negroes here in the
And we have had long conversation, and they appear to be young men who are on the way to doing great things. Proud to admit them.
So, us Negroes.
Sister Betty, let me ask you. So here's my question. So now you're saying that you're Choctaw, and that's what your grandmother and your great grandmother pronounced themselves. Did they ever call themselves black?
Well, I'm black too.
No, I mean, did they ever call themselves black?
Yes. My grandfather was very dark. He and one of his brothers, a great uncle of mine, murdered 2 white deputy sheriffs because they suspected them of participating in the lynching of another brother.
But you know that has nothing to do with your skin complexion.
That decapitated his master and went off to Canada.
But you know that has nothing to do with your skin complexion. Like when a person says black, what are they referring to? Are they referring to their skin complexion?
It's a state of mind. It is a generic category that deals with an ethnic identity. It bespeaks cultural antecedents, shared experiences in this country, and an ancestry.
And it wasn't being used during your grandmother's time.
Is African.
That terminology wasn't being used during your grandmother's time. So how was she calling herself black? So you just contradicted yourself.
Excuse me.
I mean, you just contradicted yourself.
The term at the time was colored.
The term at the time was colored.
My great-grandmother that it got from, she was not that. She was 100% Choctaw. But she was allied with the colored folk, and she wound up donating 1/3 of the land that Lane College up in Jackson, Tennessee is built on today.
So now you're saying there's a difference between colored folk and Indian folk.
It's just what to succeed. Hey, man, dude, what's happening? Homie, homes, you know, it all refers to the same thing. It's a different word, but it's the same concept.
So why promote something that we didn't call ourselves?
We did.
We called ourselves that terminology?
1965, we were insisting that we be called black. Mainstream media caught up with it. We decided we wanted to be Afro-American about 2 years later. Mainstream media caught up with that. Then we went back to black.
But before the 60s, what were we calling ourselves?
We picked it. Young black folk in college, on the streets, in the communities. We picked
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I said prior to that, what were we calling ourselves?
Well, my father and mother's generation, they decided they wanted to be called Negroes again.
Black is a misnomer.
Yes, you can.
Black is a misnomer.
Scotch Irish.
And you know that for a fact because with you being a judge,
they do it.
Once you being a judge.
No, that's just from your particular belief situation. You don't abide by it, but I choose to do it. My choice.
All right. Okay. You don't like when other people correct you. You don't like to be corrected.
I am not kowtowing.
How can you be considered? How can you be considered a leader?
When everybody else does that, or many do that, I'll be happy.
Yeah. 1 second. How can you be considered a leader and you're not open
I'm a leader. I just
hold on. I'm not even finished with my statement.
I don't get caught up in the sidetrack.
I'm not finished with my statement. I'm not finished with my statement. Allow me to finish a complete sentence with a period at the end. We're going to have an intelligent conversation because you know who I am. And you see why I came at you.
I have never heard of you.
1 second.
Are you Calloway?
1 second. 1 second.
Is your name Calloway?
Let me do the talking.
Who are you?
Let me do the talking.
Identify yourself. I'm JoeBown.
I can explain that. I can explain that
when
I do the talking.
Answer the question.
Okay. You look, he don't want me to talk.
Who are you?
You know who I am. You and your corporate community know who I am, right?
I don't know you. Introduce
You don't
yourself.
know me? You also said that I'm a flat earther. Let me correct you. Where have you ever stated that?
Calloway.
When have I ever stated flat earth in my videos?
Proven to be that. You are shallow in your intellect. You don't find
With you being a judge, you're supposed to be a lawyer before you became a judge. Where's your evidence?
You're the one that is advocating that black folk got brought over here 250,000 years
Where's your evidence of this flat earth theory that you're referring to?
Extraterrestrial aliens in space.
Yep. He just yapping. That's all he doing.
With you.
Of course you can, because you don't allow me to have a conversation with you. You're scared of me talking to you. That's all it is. You're scared of me talking to you. Who sent you? Who sent you? Hold on, Sister Betty. Who sent you, JoeBown? James. Who sent you, James?
Everybody by coming up
Who sent you, House Negro?
Because you are ashamed.
Who sent you, House Negro?
Aliens did not visit the planet of Earth.
I didn't even. That's none of my statement. Where are you getting this from?
Transport Africa.
Where are you getting this from? That is not my statement.
South America.
Where are you getting this from? Who told you that?
Years ago.
Who told you that?
By various
James.
means to about 4,500 years.
Listen, son. Who told you that?
Listen to you.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
Stupid and you're flat earth.
I'm gonna pop up on you. Just don't get it twisted. I'm gonna pop up on you face to face. You ain't gonna be able to run from me.
That's stupid.
Okay. You're making up all these lies, right? I don't even mention any of that. But you're making up all these lies, so that means somebody else is in your ear. Somebody else is in your ear. Who sent you? James.
From white folks.
James.
So what are you trying to talk to me about?
Look, James, your old ass. Who sent you?
White folk.
Who sent you?
Jim Jones.
Who sent you?
And you want others to drink.
Listen, son. When I'm talking to you, you listen to me.
I don't have to listen to you.
Who sent you?
Can't make me, fool.
Who sent you?
You are ignorant.
Yeah, you scared, huh? You scared, huh? That's all right. You don't want me to. But that's okay. I got you. That's okay. I got you. Your inner circle coming to me with all your information. Your inner circle, I'm going to let you know that. Your inner circle is coming to me with your information. I know where you at in Tennessee. I'm going to pop up on you and make sure that you still got the same balls that you got right now. I'm not afraid because you're a judge.
Are you threatening me?
That don't make no difference to me.
Are you threatening me? Bring it on.
You take it as a threat. Take it as a threat. What's going to happen? Exactly.
You're publishing it. You have challenged
I care less.
You were talking about
you don't scare me.
So
none of your folks scare me.
I will react accordingly.
Beware. You beware, son. You beware, son.
You are stupid.
Making yourself a lame on the internet. You've been a lame, straight goofy. I can't wait till you die, man. Most of y'all boule people need to die off anyway. And we're going to keep exposing you every single chance we get. Weak bastard.
You got a problem.
Yeah, okay. No, I got a problem with what? Look, you still lying. Native American ain't come up until the 1970s.
Oh, folks.
You still lying. Go ahead and say Native Americans was used before that. 1970s is when that term came about, right?
Yeah.
You know about the know-nothings?
What do you call yourself?
You know about the know-nothings? Yeah. Yeah, look at you. You still think I'm talking about aliens in space? You're doing that purposely.
You got brought over here by
ET aliens. Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that I say that? No, I don't say that.
You did.
I don't say that.
Americans get over to Africa 250,000 years ago. You tell us.
All right, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It was nobody in West Africa during that time period. You know why? Because the U.S. government had to buy that land from the French, correct?
250,000 years ago?
You heard what I said?
What kind of fuck?
You should know this. You should know this. That U.S. government bought lands from the French, correct? The West Coast, West Africa, correct? Am I right or wrong?
No, you're wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong. Please prove to me that I'm wrong.
To North America.
You know this is on blast, right?
How did they get to North America?
How did who get to North America?
Black folk get from Africa to North America.
You tell me. I'm answering your question.
Paleontology,
I'm answering your question.
Or are you just believing in mythology?
I'm answering your question.
Spaceship.
I'm answering your question. Hold on. One second. One second.
If we find Hold up.
Don't try to skip that. No.
Brought black folk over here a quarter of a million years ago. That would be wrong.
Yeah.
That would be wrong.
You heard what I said. Look, he don't like when I correct him.
Yes or
you don't like that.
Yes
you don't know nothing about what he's talking about.
Get bold with me and then threaten me, punk.
Who sent you?
Punk ass pussy.
I bet you won't say it in my face.
I'll say it to your face.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up. But watch. I know where you at in Tennessee, James. Stop playing with me. I am. No, I don't gotta find you. I know exactly where you live at.
Don't threaten him.
I don't care about this pussy
you
nigga.
Got a good game.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Man, fuck him. He know what it is.
You just punk out.
Yeah, okay. Him and his whole culprit. I'm about to get all of y'all. You know that, right? And you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. Matter of fact, you about to die like 2 or 3 years anyway.
You tried to report us for getting on
You the one that took your vaccine, right?
Turn us into the Twitter police.
You the one that took a vaccine, right?
Yes,
and you telling all our people to take vaccines and they dying. Yes. Meanwhile, you ain't got no answers on that. You probably voted for JoeBown, didn't you? I mean, Joe Biden, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. You was for Trump?
Found out that I
you were for Trump? I'm asking the question. Were you for Trump? Did you vote for Trump?
About Negroes and animals.
Hold on. Did you vote for Trump?
Put in zoos
Watch this.
So they don't
Watch
make
this.
the
Watch
streets
this.
jungle.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
You voted for Trump?
Yes,
we got audio saying that you voted for Joe Biden, right? We got audio. So you contradicting yourself
you
again.
Find that anywhere.
James.
You're a damn liar.
James.
Quit trying to
James.
Come
on, James.
I never said I voted for.
All right, I got you.
Now there you have it, another episode of War in the YouTube Streets. This time where you saw Judge JoeBown face off against Dane Calloway.
I report, you decide. Fighting fake news from an alien's point of view. Stay tuned. From outer space, I am alien. UFO Studio.
Have you figured out the fake news yet? Don't worry, you're gonna learn today. Class is in session.
Yeah,
man.
Pay attention.
Yeah, man up then. Man up then, James. And stop lying to them. Oh, see? Okay.
Diverting them from reality.
I'm not playing no civic game. Who told you that?
Real focused men, and you're trying to give them a myth that they're supposed to get caught up into, so you can be what I.
All right, so who told you that? Who told you all of this information about me? Who told you all of this? Oh, so you've been watching?
That's what you've been tweeting.
That's what I've been tweeting. You've been
That's
watching.
That's what some people who you have had encountered with and contacted.
I have Who?
That's none of your goddamn business.
Oh, come on.
You wouldn't even tell me
you scared, man. And I'm the punk. I'm the punk. But I'm the punk. But I'm the punk. Oh, I'm just lightweight. So why y'all so worried about me?
I'm not worried about you.
You're not. But they sent you. You still getting paid. You still getting paid by them, right?
Brushed aside and exposed for what you are.
Like what? I'm still waiting for the exposure. What happened?
You're pushing.
Why you so quiet?
Myth.
I'm pushing a myth.
Black folks don't need any more myths.
Judge Joe, are you a flat earther? I believe in flat earth. Do you?
Am I a what? He's a flat earther.
No, I'm a flat earther. I believe in flat earth.
Well, that's too bad.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry for people who don't know about stuff that most people who are educated know in the 21st century.
You know what indoctrination is? You know what indoctrination is?
Judge Brown, I was
you're trying to do that to your followers who are really screwed up.
Woo!
To me.
They may not be punks, but you are. They just
you better watch your tone. You got to know that we're being recorded. You can't say that, James. Stop playing.
I believe
you call me James, punk.
Look, you don't want me to call you James?
Okay, what you do? Get probed on one of these flying saucers? That's what seems to happen.
Stop playing with me.
Took you up.
Stop playing with me. I don't go by a stage name.
With the idea?
I don't go by a stage name.
Why are you talking
Sounds to me like you got probed, dude. But did your mama get probed first? That's how.
And now you're bringing my mother in here. This ain't got nothing to do with my mother.
Did your mama just get alien probed in first place?
Oh, listen to him. Look, he's so mad because I keep calling him by his real name. Look at him.
My real name ain't James.
Look at him. That's why he's smiling right now.
You gotta smile. You smiling.
Look at you.
Because he gotta cover himself.
I'm not covering myself. I'm just looking at a disdainful idiot. I mean, I'm looking at an embarrassment. To hear a black man talk about UFOs is ridiculous.
No,
deny that you said that.
I'm denying it right now. I never said that. Not one time. Not one time.
Okay,
not one time.
Spaceships?
Not one time. I'm denying it. Not one time. No spaceships. I never talked about that. Okay. None. You got the wrong person, or you got the wrong person giving you the wrong information.
Okay, so there was no middle passage with slave ships?
That's something different.
There was no middle passage with the slave ships.
Listen to what I said. The slave ships was not real at all.
Okay, no slave ships. Okay.
None. I can prove that and have proved that.
You haven't proved that.
Oh, I proved it. Okay, so what is the slave ship? Hold on. What's the slave ship?
You can go to the records of the United States Navy, the Royal Navy, Lloyd's of London, where they had insurance payouts that they had to do for slave ships.
No such thing as a slave ship.
You have the testimony that was reported from people that got brought on. Disregard all of that.
He ain't trying to let me get a word in.
There were no slave ships.
Listen.
That blocked you out of reality.
Listen. It's
you
called
listen to me. You don't have anything to say that is not outright. So listen to a wise man. You might learn something and say this personal embarrassment.
Hold on.
And don't threaten to come get me or get up in my face and do me something hard.
Hold on. It's called skiffs, wherries, rowboats, and cargo ships. Oh, and steamboats before the rowboat. I mean, after the rowboats. Then cargo ships. Yeah, steamboats.
You ever heard of Fulton?
I heard of Fulton,
came up with the steam-powered boat.
Okay, so tell me where the slave ships was created.
Slave trade.
No, don't try it. No, stop.
So steamboats brought African
Steve famous for this. Stop. When was the slave ships created? When was the slave ships created?
They rode across.
Excuse me. When was the slave ships created?
You and I'm not.
When was the slave ships created?
Slaves rode across the Atlantic.
When was the slave ships created? I'm waiting.
When were they created?
Yes.
Slave trade started back in the early
slave ships. You heard me.
Fight fake news.
Me. All right.
Okay, fine. I gave you a date. When do you suggest it start?
All right. Okay. All right. When we see each other, I really need. I know you're doing this for the camera, but when we see each other, and I am going to pop up on you.
She asked me to come on. This was an ambush.
Listen, James. No, it's not. No, it's not, James. No, it's not. I'm giving you a listen. Hold on. God damn, this nigga talks so much. Hold up, man.
Not hold up. I won't
listen.
Hold up.
Oh my God.
You can't make me
listen,
stop.
Bro. You love the way you sound, don't you? Huh? You a narcissist? Are you a narcissist?
No, I'm not being a narcissist.
Okay, well shut up then. Calm down. Just shut up. You talking out the side of your neck. You don't even know what you're talking about. Old and grumpy.
Don't try to match education with
you. Old and grumpy.
Really embarrassed.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
No, you don't.
Oh.
No, you don't. Tell me what a slave ship. Who made the first slave ship? Tell me.
I don't know.
Exactly. So when was the slave ships? So when was the slave ships ever created?
What do you mean were they ever created?
When was the slave ships ever created?
And brought them and used them.
What did he just say?
Ordinary.
Hold on. What you just say? Say it again.
Small cargo ships. And they used them for human cargo.
Nah, that's not the only thing they used them for. That's not the only thing they used them for.
Designs changed from the 15th century all the way up till the beginning of the 19th.
Cargo ships wasn't. You lying right there. That's a lie. Cargo ships wasn't invented until the 1800s. See how you don't know what you're talking about?
Oh, you are goddamn fool.
All right, keep in mind, this is recorded. This is recorded. This is recorded.
1800s. You got to be crazy.
All right, this is recorded.
Every time I come, a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna dead.
Hot topic, November 14th, 2021. Pay attention. The verdict is in. Dane Calloway versus Judge JoeBown. I report. You decide what's real, what's fake. Hot topic of the day. Did slave ships ever exist? That is the question that Dane Calloway has for Judge JoeBown. And for some reason, Judge JoeBown can't find it in himself to answer this simple question. Either he don't know, don't show, or don't give a damn about what's going on in the hood. And if he wants to be the mayor of Memphis, Tennessee, I think these questions are important and should be answered quickly. For the record, our investigations have shown here at Memphis Real Nigga News that Judge JoeBown does not have the answer to these questions or refuse to answer these questions because he's trying to hide something. This may be a part of the powers that shouldn't be that are holding black people back because of fake news that has been shared to you about your black history. Stay tuned as we continue our fight to fight fake news, and I will do all within my power to bring you the real facts. This is just the beginning. Memphis Real Nigga News will continue the pursuit to get the truth out of Judge JoeBown, and we will also be reaching out to Antonio Parkins and to get a statement from him on this situation. Stay tuned. Fighting fake news is a tough job, but somebody has got to do it. To be continued.
Memphis Real News.
Meanwhile, as we move forward, pay attention. If you're asking yourself, who is Dane Calloway and why Judge JoeBown is trying to discredit his information, make sure you stay tuned in to the end of this video essay and listen to the words carefully in this snippet of Dane Calloway's work and efforts to fight fake news to bring the real news to you about your black history. Real talk time. Let's have the conversation. This message is brought to you today by
Screen clear. 1 second. Hope everybody can see this. Okay. There you go. Okay, it's coming out clear. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this now. Listen to this, y'all. From the late 1960s, Herbert Klein, and I'm going to go into Herbert Klein, probably in a documentary. You got to understand who that guy is. It's a reason why they're pinpointing these people out inside of this history of the project, and Herbert Klein was the first one mentioned for a very, very particular reason. I might even tap into it a little bit here, but I'm definitely going to have to come out with a documentary about this guy. Herbert Klein and other scholars began to collect, listen to this, archival data on slave trading voyages from unpublished sources and to code them into a machine-readable format. In the 1970s and 1980s, scholars created a number of slave ship databases, several of which the current authors choose to recode from the primary sources rather than integrate the databases of those scholars into the present set. In other words, they say, you know what, we can make up our own. Let's just do this the way we want to do it. Let's do. And they put it into a system. Here it is. Now here's the kicker. By the late 1980s, there were records of approximately 11,000 individual transatlantic voyages in 16 separate databases. Listen to this. Not all of which were transatlantic, nor, as it turned out, slave voyages. Boom! So what are they? Made up, created databases. You have no record of the transatlantic slave trade. They told you that. Not all of which were transatlantic, nor, as it turned out, slave voyages. So you created a story. Melville Herskovits created the Middle Passage. Then the rest of these Jews or Jesuits got together in the University of Chicago and created an idea that they learned from Frank Boas, the professor at the University of Chicago. Okay, in which Melville Herskovits started teaching all of our people, especially those that were in the Boule in the University of Northwestern, still in Chicago, the same out of Africa theory. Now debunk this. It's right here in front of you. I'm reading it right off of their site. Debunk it. I dare you. You can't. See, and I'm not even trying to belittle anybody with their information or their credibility. It's not about that. It's about logical thinking. This is what they took away from our people. They took away the logical thinking skills that we possessed naturally when we were born with. They took it away from us. They said, nah, nigga, listen, we gonna tell you what you where you came from, because we want this land for a particular reason for ourselves. No, you came from Africa. If you came from Africa, that means what? That means you're not from here. That means you're an immigrant, foreigner. What is Trump doing to these immigrants right now? Quietly, he getting rid of them, right? Building up a border. Y'all better pay attention to what happened in the past in order to correct the present so we can have a better future. They lying about the transatlantic slave trade. Period. Ain't no records. None. I checked Library of Congress. I checked, and I do a lot of traveling. I checked a lot of public libraries. Yeah. The National Archives. See, the National Archives ain't got none of these records. Why not? Oh, but you getting them from universities. Oh, wait a minute. And speaking of universities, look at this. Herbert Klein. Hold on. Before I go any further, let me make sure it pop up on the screen. 1 second. Okay. All right, now this one is not going to look too good as far as this one. Keep in mind, I'm going to do a documentary. I'm going to go into full detail about him and a couple of other historians, anthropologists. Okay, well, we're going to go into it. But keep in mind, and my logo's in the way. Hold on, let me take my logo off real quick. Because I want you to see this part where it say, wait a minute. Now, it says that, okay, they saying he from, listen. Was born in New York City the same year as my grandfather, 1936, right? New York with the Bronx, went to Syracuse University from 1953 to 1955. And then they said, and then he transferred to the University of Chicago. Okay, I keep telling y'all about that university here. And where he obtained his BA in history in 1957, got his master's in 59, and his PhD in 63, with a major in history and minor in anthropology. You gotta know who your enemies are now. Foreigners, and I bet with that last name like that, they ain't from here. He was probably born here. Where his parents from? But you got all these foreigners telling you your history. See? You came from Africa. They created this. Listen to this. Scroll down. He has been a Woodrow Wilson Fellow. Remember when I told you that your history was created in the late 1800s, top 1900s. Woodrow Wilson, as president, implemented the industrialized system of compulsory education. Period. Single-handedly, along with J.P. Morgan, John D. Rockefeller, Henry Ford. I don't care if you two cut this off. I'm going to tell you. Henry Ford, the University of Chicago.
Have you figured out the fake news yet? Don't worry. You gonna learn today. Pay attention. This is not a game. I am Alien. Writing your official report. November 15th, 2021. Stay tuned.
Fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck say fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck gang. Worst president, got my mama out here cussing. If he touch another kid, then this chopper get to bustin'. Fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck say fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck gang. Worst president, got my mama out here cussing. If he touch another kid, then this chopper get to fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck. Fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck. Say fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck. Gang. Worst president, got my mama out here cussing. If he touch another kid, then this chop. Fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck. Fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck. Say fuck Joe body, fuck Joe body, fuck. Gang. Worst president, got my mama out here cussing. If he touch another kid, then this chopper get to bustin'.